now we're here with Lilly Rydon of the women's soccer team. Lilly, I have a few questions to ask you about being an international player. First off, what part of Australia are you from, and have you lived there your whole life?
I'm from Adelaide, South Australia, and yes, I've lived there my whole life.
How long have you been playing soccer, and did you play any other sports growing up?
I've been playing soccer since I was about 7. I played a whole lot of sports when I was growing up, from tennis, basketball, a little bit of gymnastics, swimming. My parents kind of tried to make me do everything.
Who was your main influence growing up while playing soccer, and is that person still the main influence today?
I would say my main influence was probably my older sister. She played too. I usually either played in the team under her, or sometimes, when I got older, I got good enough to play with her, and I wouldn't say she's still my main influence, although, she's still a big motivation factor.
What made you decide to leave home to come play collegiate soccer in the United States?
I thought it was a good opportunity to come over and play soccer as well as studying for a degree. Back home, you don't really have the opportunity to do both at university. It's more you go to university for school and then play for a club team. So coming to the US gave me the opportunity to do both and get a good education.
All right, now we're here with Morgan Taylor of the women's soccer team. I'm going to ask you a few questions about Lilly Rydon, if you don't mind. What was it like having Lilly as a teammate for 4 years?
Well, for 4 years, when we first got here, her and I were roommates, so she was my first friend on the team. And her and I got along well, instantaneously. But as far as her being a teammate, she's an awesome teammate. I would play next to her for another 4 years if I could. But she's always one of those girls that's willing to give everything she has. She's very hardworking. She's encouraging. She's positive. Really anything you could ask for in a good teammate.
What do you feel motivated her the most on the soccer?
As far as motivation goes, I think she's a very self-motivating person. But the thing that I would say most motivated her would be overall team success. She wasn't one of those players that wanted it for herself. It was more she would do whatever she could for the people next to her, and was just a good team player, and wanted the best for the team versus in personal glory.
And now we're here with head soccer coach Leslie Ray. Coach Ray, I'm going to ask you a few questions about Lilly Rydon, if you don't mind.
Sure.
Are there any challenges of coaching international players?
I think the challenges come more not with the coaching aspect, but the other aspect of being a college student, of making sure they're living on campus and making sure that everything is done. But I think, and the other aspect of non-field parts of being a student athlete is, they're not going to go home every weekend. They're not going home for every break that we have. And acknowledging that and making sure that they have a strong support unit around them. Other than that, Lilly has, on the field, been like any other student athlete. You wouldn't recognize, and she does have a wonderful Australian accent. And other than that, there's not a big difference in how she plays.
Okay.
And the coaching style that she needs to do well.
Perfect. Coming in her sophomore year, what was it like coaching Lilly throughout the rest of her career at UMBC?
Yeah, Lilly came in, I think we were here the last spring of her freshman year. So we had the opportunity to coach her most of her career, and I think the expectation that we had of having an international player, someone with her resume as well, we were really looking forward to it, and recognize that we had to kind of push Lilly in the beginning part, and wanted to, really kind of get what we could out of her. And her response was fantastic. And, of all the players that we've had here in that class, is a special class for us because they were a team that when we came in, they had a 0-win season. And they had been part of the turnaround of this program. And Lilly is a byproduct byproduct of that, she